It's the second of 3 races back-to-back. We move away from the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia, and over to Spielberg, Austria. It's a sprint weekend at the Red Bull Ring ahead of the 2024 Austrian Grand Prix. In terms of the calendar, this is the last weekend in June where we'll have a race. Next time out, the British Grand Prix at Silverstone marks the halfway point as we enter July. Then we go over with Hungary and Belgium leading us to the summer break. August sees us at the Netherlands, while September takes us to Italy, Azerbaijan and Singapore. October sees us in the United States at the Circuit of the Americas. Mexico then takes us into November with Brazil, Las Vegas. Then in December, Qatar, the season rounding out in Abu Dhabi. In the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen leads on 219 points. Lando Norris now moves up to second, 2 points clear to Charles Leclerc. Carlos Sainz is fourth, followed by Sergio Perez in fifth. Then it's a big gap to Oscar Piastri in sixth, who's close by with George Russell. Lewis Hamilton is on 70 points for another gap before Alonso and Tsunoda round out the top 10. On the second half, it's Lance Stroll on 17 ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, who's on 9. Ollie Bearman has 6 points, 7 Nico Hulkenberg. Gasly's on 5, Ocon on 3, moves ahead of Albon on 2, Magnussen on 1, Zhou, Bottas and Sargent still no points. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull lead the way on 330 points. Ferrari have 270. McLaren have 237 for another big gap before Mercedes on 151. Aston Martin have 58, they're clear to RB on 28. Alpine have 8, move ahead of Haas who have 7. Williams have 2. Kick Sauber still no points in 2024. Let's take a look at the Red Bull Ring here in Spielberg, Austria. 2.683 miles, 10 corners, 3 DRS zones. It's a short track race and Formula One fans and drivers absolutely love it. So attack the last 2 corners correctly as well. Get a good run out of Red Bull Mobile and up towards the first corner, Niki Lauda curve. This is going to be a maximum attack, uphill, a short little braking spot from maximum gear, down 2, flick the car in, control your exit, don't get too wide in the exit curve as well, otherwise you'll invalidate your lap time. On the run then, avoid the new MotoGP layout as you come up through the kink at 2, and then into turn 3. This is going to be Remus. Light on the brakes, uphill, then attack, down. DRS opportunity number 2 coming your way as you approach turn 4 at Sochler's Gold. A fantastic braking downhill section, perfect for a lunge up the inside. Take a lot of the inside curb. You can take limits on the exit as well as you head towards Pirelli. Then coming in to one of the most famous segments of all as well. It's remained the same across all variations of the track. The Vorts curve. Flick the car in for a double, then rise up the hill over the crest in towards Jochen Rindt at turn 9. Flick the car in on pit entrance, watch out for cars coming in. Red Bull Mobile comes up with you once again. Attack it, use the exit curb, DRS across the line, and that is a lap of the Red Bull Ring. There's only one noise that you hear when you come to the Red Bull Ring, and that is the love that the fans have here for Max Verstappen. Hello and welcome to the Austrian Grand Prix. It's time to get going for qualifying ahead of tomorrow's 71-lap Grand Prix. Hello everybody, welcome up to the commentary box. I'm Josh Birch, alongside me in the comment box is JT. Joining us shortly will be Omi as well as Jack, who more commonly known as the Little Owl. Megan Birch going to be joining us in the comment box shortly as well. So, we've done the sprint, now it's time to get back to the regular weekend. It's time for qualifying ahead of tomorrow's Grand Prix. Earlier on in the sprint race, though, it was, again, Max Verstappen domination. But it was a challenge at the front with the two McLarens as well. Tyre pace cost them. What are we going to see here in qualifying? JT, yesterday it was another close one. Lando Norris versus Max Verstappen. What would McLaren have done differently coming into today's session to get themselves ready and built up to try and this time attack Max?
Yeah, absolutely. I think McLaren are just trying to work around. They're trying to get a feel of how Max is like, how he defends going into places, how he attacks going into other places as well. But we saw, well, Norris was not that happy with what happened in the sprint from his end. And, well, he said, if I remember rightly, that he's going to be given no space. Not even an inch to Max Verstappen tomorrow, which could end amazing for Lando, or it could end up with both of them in the wall.
Max Verstappen has taken pole position here in the last 3 seasons, 21, 22 and 23. Might take it for 24 as well. He's won here 5 of the last 8 races at the Red Bull Ring. Make that now 6 of the last 9. It's insane to see how far he's going to go. But I think the one worry, JT, that we've got is Max is now looking in form, but is the car okay? He stopped yesterday in practice. They ran okay in the race after the sprint race, just lifting up and just saving a bit of energy. Is that car okay going forward? Is it going to present any worries in this race, in this qualifying coming up?
Personally, I think they may have ironed out all of the issues, and of course, after practice, you go straight into Parc Fermé conditions. It's really not the best weekend to have issues, but they have able to iron them out, and it looks like they are all good to go. And I'm definitely not getting distracted because Euro NASCAR are on an oval right now, and it's the only oval race outside of the US that an official NASCAR series has.
I was wondering what you were going on about just then as well. We're just trying to get the blog up operational for everybody watching as well. Get your comments in throughout this next hour as well. We want to see and hear from each and every one of you as well. We want to know where you're watching from, how you got into Formula 1, all that lot, and what your takes is on the action that we've got coming up. So if you say it, we want to hear it. That's our motto. Let's head back over then as we get ready for the build-up to the qualifying here with...
It's going to be fast and furious out there.
He has a proper slide.
Looks like we are safe.
Lando Norris looks super quick.
The car is all good, Matthias.
Understood.
So scared, man.
Claire's got a problem. He's stuck in the middle of the pit lane. What the hell happened, guys?
This is going to be so close. What about Max Verstappen? Can he do it again?
That is P1 Max.
It's time for qualifying to kick off back into the normality then. Finally, we've dealt with the sprint race. Now time back to normality. Welcome to the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg, Austria. It's more commonly known as the Österreich Ring or the A1 Ring, but since 2007 it's been known as the Red Bull Ring. This amazing circuit, modified from the original amazing circuit, now it's one of the shortest and fastest F1 circuits in the world. 69% of the lap is spent at full throttle. The lap record here is 62 seconds. Qualifying, though, is usually around about 64 seconds now. Top speed at 210.5 miles an hour. That's over 338 kilometres an hour. The tyre compounds are the softest of the year. The hard is the C3, the medium is the C4, the soft is the C5 tyre. Max Verstappen has taken pole position in the last 3 events here as well, 21, 22 and 23, and he's had pole position coming into the sprint race as well as a sprint race victory. We welcome you up to the JB Motorsports commentary box. Josh Birch alongside Josh T. And down with us as well will be Megan Birch shortly as well. Down the pits we'll have Omi and Jack when they get up here as well. But we look down now at a beautiful sight. 6.1 kilometre is the wind speed. Track temperature is at 46.8 degrees. Air temperature is at 31.6. And JT, sprint race earlier on this morning was interesting. But now the talking can stop and the action properly can begin, because qualifying is so crucial at this circuit, and hopefully a better race in the lineup tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. 31 degrees air temperature, 47 degrees track temp, 38% humidity, and a southeast wind at 9 kilometres an hour. The sprint race was a really good first 5 or so laps, then it died off right until the end. It was so boring that even the graphics decided to have a little bit of a sleep in the middle of the race as well, and then multiviewer coming in clutch with that one. And well, Max Verstappen has topped every single session this weekend. He topped practice 1, he topped SQ3, and he topped the sprint as well. So will he be able to top this qualifying session? Even with issues in practice, he topped the session.
That's the question I'm going to ask Megan Birch, who's now walked in alongside me. Who can stop the orange line? Can it be the orange men, McLaren themselves?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I think the national colour for F1 nowadays should just be orange at this point.
Can Lando take his 3rd ever career pole back to back?
It would be nice, or maybe Oscar can take it too. It's like I think the good thing about McLaren is I think they actually actively try and push each other up.
Piastri this morning as well, finishing in 2nd position. I don't think that's the order. Is that the result of the sprint race we've got on our screen? No, because Lando was in 3rd. That's just a random order we've got on our monitors as well. I believe actually that's the result of one of the sessions. JT,
That's
what have you got?
practice 1.
Yeah, it was.
I'm just going to send you in a manager's channel something which is coming to multiviewer soon.
Let's have a look, sis.
No more timeout.
2-1. So Sainz
is-
going out ahead of Leclerc in the first session.
It's currently available to sponsors.
Oh,
but
I've
it's a
seen it,
sponsor
Race Trace.
preview, which means, yeah, it's good, isn't it?
I still don't understand that graph.
What graph?
Race Trace. We'll have it on. We'll try it out in a session. We've got like a basic multi-viewer timing screen. I mean, our timing screen that we have up here in the box has all the bells and whistles. Over here, we've got a cut-down version that we've put up on the screen as well. But yeah, it is quite exciting as we get ready for the green light to go on. Here we go. Stand by for action. Green light goes on, and we are go for qualifying 1 here at the Red Bull Ring. And it's the Red Bull cars that lead us out. Max Verstappen ahead of Sergio Perez, Pierre Gasly, Lance Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Esteban Ocon in the line at the moment, coming out of the pit lane. 18 minutes then for this qualifying session with all 20 cars out there. Megan, we saw yesterday in SQ1 how tight the track was and how many track limits we got. What are we expecting? Similar situations here, or are they all a bit more spread out? And now, of course, they can use soft tyres.
They can, and I feel like they're still going to remain quite close, though I think they're going to go into like more than one group.
So they're going to hold it together here in this qualifying session. Albon up into P7 at the moment. Now Sainz goes 2nd, so they're just starting to roll with the punches a little bit, and hopefully it's all going to be okay. The McLaren's coming out there, as well as the 2 AlphaTauris, and that Williams has been sat there for ages. I don't know which one it is. I'm trying to have
Patient.
I think it's Logan Sargent. It is Logan Sargent who's coming out there as well. Alexander Albon's already out on the
He's
circuit.
been patiently waiting.
Yeah, Albon's coming out now. So, yeah, there's Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc. Sainz gone out ahead of Leclerc in this session as well.
F1, everyone. The only motorsport we can get a traffic jam in the pit lane.
The stewards have said that they are looking into that going forward, and I want those headphones because apparently they're also Bluetooth. You can get them to your phone.
Huh.
So think about it. You're not having to use. Actually, I'm going to repair the Bose, and I'll have those with me at Not Kill as my wireless headphones.
Which reminds me, can you please repair my earphones?
Yes, I will do it later. Max Verstappen then crosses over Lando Norris once more. Feels weird that we're qualifying after having a race earlier on. We're 3 races into this sprint format. I'm still not used to it.
No,
Neither am I.
it's
No.
odd.
Kay Houston, hello, who had trouble earlier saying that I unsubscribed earlier because it wouldn't let me chat without paying US Austrian dollars, but now
What?
it's let me chat. We'll see. Yeah, the members.
That's odd.
We don't have a members only chat. The chat is always public. Otherwise, what's the point of doing it?
Yeah.
We don't know what happened there, but we can assure you, never us who does anything. But
Why would it be Austria?
yeah, I'm watching Austrian live TV footage, wondering what you're watching. Foxtel, Sky? Yeah, we've got Sky. We've got the world feed from Sky Sports F1 on our screens as well. But we also have the pit
Maybe-
lane channels and some of the onboards around us as well in our commentary box.
Maybe it was a glitch.
Yeah, it could have been a glitch. Hopefully it's okay. As we see Verstappen, 106.054. He's up on the provisional banking time. Here comes Sergio Perez. And he goes at 106.201. 10.5 down on Verstappen, as you can see on your driver timings alongside us. Gasly, Sainz, and actually Sainz is fast in that first sector compared to Verstappen of 16.520, as Gasly does a 106.853. And Sainz is coming down towards Sochi's goal at turn 4, so he's still got a little bit longer to run. Ferrari, though, looking strong, but so is Lando Norris in an 16.510 first sector. Albon, second sector fastest of all, 29.569. That
Could
Williams,
receiver Williams actually be trying to get more in?
that Williams still has pace as Alonso
Got
goes
some
third.
traffic
Go on.
of Hulkenberg.
Yeah,
Gets
Sainz.
past it all right into turn 9.
Leclerc's got Bottas
Leclerc
and
has got
Magnussen.
Bottas.
Yeah.
Yep.
JT, we think of the same wavelengths now. Sainz across the line. Goes top. 105.941. Much solider lap time there. We'll turn up the audio. Bit quiet, man, still on my side. World feed's been having issues all day. There it goes, just popped there in the background. 105.901 though for Leclerc. 40 thousandths of a second faster than his teammate. Here comes Lando Norris.
Second with he is 400ths off the pace exactly of what Leclerc is. Wait, now he's 9 thousandths.
Time is glitched.
Yeah, he's 9 thousandths off the pace of
Top-
what Leclerc is. With a 105.
But top 4 guys.
910.
Go on, JT.
Top 4, make that top 5
Wow!
separated by 40 thousandths of a second.
The gap between Leclerc and Norris,
That was
9,000.
like
The gap between Norris and Piastri, 8,000. The gap between Piastri and Tsunoda, 11,000. The gap between Tsunoda and Sainz, 12,000. The top 5 separated by 40 thousandths of a second. The field is incredibly close up together as Hülkenberg goes 9th fastest, 106.269.
That's why it glitched.
Sorry I had to tap you there. I bit the side of my mouth.
That is
Jaws
unpleasant.
tired, yeah. Too much talking today already. Magnussen goes 7th, 106.195. Bottas goes 13th, 106.509. Zhou Guan Yu 13th, 106.464. Zhou Guan Yu is looking to get out of qualifying 1 for the first time this year in a normal race. Of course, he qualified in 10th position back in Shanghai for the sprint race. But in his qualifying last year,
I
he
completely forgot that was a sprint racer.
yeah. Zhou Guan Yu's best qualifying at this track came in 2022, where he qualified 14th. His best race was last year, when he qualified in 12th. Little stat for you, which is why I need my notes, and I'm having to use my iPad. Our printer isn't working, so I don't have my usual notes around the commentary box. So I've got my iPad on with my notes, which means I still have my notes, but they're on my iPad. Oh right, off you go. I'll just remember where
Yeah,
you're
a bit of
going.
a train. Yeah, a bit of a train forming going through 6 and 7. Hamilton leads, then there's a bit of a gap to Russell, Magnussen, Bottas, and Zoe, who are
Huge
all
shuffle,
back to back. They could get some toes out of each other, but if they get in the way of each other, then those toes will not work.
Yeah, here's Lewis Hamilton then, who's had pole position in 2015, 2016 and 2020. But in 2020 it was known as the Styrian Grand Prix, that double-header weekend we had to kick off after COVID. He's up into turn 1 looking strong. Russell's just behind him, but by 7 seconds back, so he hasn't gone completely into the zone that we were expecting him to, but he'll still get the wake as Verstappen comes out the track, leading JT, a huge gaggle of cars that I can see on the track map coming out of the pit lane.
Yeah, Verstappen, Perez, then it's Sainz. Leclerc is also coming down into pit lane, out of pit lane into the track, but Gasly slides in between them as Hamilton is down in towards turn 6 now, so is Russell.
Ooh.
And just exiting pit lane is a couple of Aston Martins, and that was very close for Hamilton, who's 3 tenths up.
And Russell is half a second up. Remember, everyone's set their delta times on old soft compound tyres, bar Yuki Tsunoda, who's on a brand new set. So these next times are going to be astonishingly fast. Hamilton only goes 6th though. 105.946. Russell to the top. 105.614. Now Hamilton is on a 5-lap old set of soft compound tyres, but so is George Russell. So how is Russell 0.3 of a second faster than Hamilton? This is why I think
What's
Hamilton made a mistake.
Do you have the speeds of Hulkenberg, Albon, and Sargent on your multi-viewer, Josh?
I do. Hulkenberg is going at 317 kph in the speed trap. Albon is going 313. And who else did you ask? Magnussen.
Yeah, because I'm just wondering, because they're like, they
318.
look stopped on the driver track at pit exit.
Let's have a look. Oh, you're right, they are. Oh, the live speeds. Oh, sorry, I thought you meant best speed traps. The live speeds, yeah, they're going very slow.
No, I'm just having... Yeah, I'm just having a look.
Magnussen's going 30 kilometres an hour, and Tsunoda is going 34 kilometres an hour. So they're trying to get... They are coming out of the pit lane, but they're coasting, JT. They've got no active throttle. You can take a look on the driver tracker, see the cars coming out of the pit lane. Look at Bottas and Piastri. So Piastri's 4th, Bottas is 16th. Look, they're going 30 kilometres an hour, which is below the speed limit, but they've got no active throttle and no active brake on. But they're still coming out of the pit lane at better speeds. Here comes Max Verstappen up to the line as well, as Verstappen goes on a 105.336 as well, looking very good, JT. Here comes Perez up to the line.
Yep, goes third with a 105.646. Here comes Sainz, double purple sectors. It's a green sector 3, and he goes top with a 105.263 by 73 thousandths of a second. What's that coming over a hill? It's Gasly into turn 9.
Gasly out of the last corner, rumbles over the strips as well, up towards the line in the Alpine, and goes up to 8 to the 105.924. Charles Leclerc is out of the last corner now, up towards the control line, past the first sector, goes third. 2 tenths down, but an improvement. It's a 105.509. Best lap of the session for him so far, but Sainz still fastest by 73 thousandths. Alonso's 19th, goes 6th, 105.836 as well. Drop zone, currently, we'll wait for that because Ocon is in that drop zone at the moment, but he's coming across the line much faster time. Goes 6th, 105.661. Here comes Lance Stroll, 20th at the moment, out-qualified Alonso for the first time in a sprint weekend, goes 13th, 105.956, and here comes Alexander Albon as we ride with him, 6th gear coming through the watch curve.
Just refill the bird feeder too, as well as going press record on that thing.
Sure.
I figured the birds might be annoyed with us, so I decided to fill the bird. Well, it's water, it's a bird bath, but they drink from it, so.
Anyway, out comes Albon towards the line. He's 17th at the moment, and he's going to improve up into 8th position, 105.823. Williams showing that they do have the pace when it comes to actual Grand Prix qualifying, not just in the sprints.
I've just seen a Ferrari say Albon free. What is he free of?
Well,
Yeah.
you can take a look.
Magnussen into the final corner. Gets it stuck well across the line. He's currently 18th. He goes 9th. That's good for Magnussen. 105.827. Next up across the line, Tsunoda. He goes 8th. It's a VCARB 7.8 currently. That's a 105.725. Next across the line, it's Oscar Piastri, Josh.
Here's Piastri. 3 man to 3 2. 105.311. To come into it as well. Megan was. I was left Megan the mouse though.
Bottas 13th, so stays 20th.
Megan's got the mouse now to control. Down, down, opposite way. Up to up, down to down. And now Megan's mucked up my timing screen.
You told me down!
Lando Norris up towards the line, and he is 4th. 105.450.
I fixed it.
Did you break my timing screen?
I think you broke it.
Give me the mouse. You can't
I
handle
fixed
the mouse. Okay. Megan can't handle the mouse. All you got to do is that, and somehow you manage to break it.
And now you've broken again!
It's fine. He's got a click to scroll.
Oh, I didn't hit that.
Hamilton's locked up down at turn 1, and Russell's locked up at turn 3 into Remus. Lap time deleted for Yuki Tsunoda. Turn 6, lap 6.
That was his 105.725, so he has dropped down to 15th, so it's now Tsunoda on the brink of the elimination zone, but 17 thousandths off Tsunoda in 16th. Lewis Hamilton, everyone comes into pit lane now, just Norris in turn 7, who will come down pit lane this time, and that is everyone getting ready for the final parts of the session. But your elimination zone right now, with 5 minutes to go in Q1, Hamilton, Stroll, Hulkenberg, Sargent and Zoe.
I'm just fanning Megan because she was hot, and I know what happens when Megan gets hot, she gets ill. So I'm just making sure she's nice and cooled down
Do you know
with a metal clipboard.
Do you know the person who fans someone gets warmer themselves?
Yeah, I can feel it already happening because you're using your muscles.
You can stop now. Norris.
really-
Norris.
No, we need to do another one, please. We need to do another one.
Everyone else will total 3 runs in this session, and the margins are so tight that even as we heard there from Norris's position, it's hard to know that you're definitely safe.
So they think everyone.
Thank you, Bernie. Out they come then. Well, some of them anyway, on the monitor. I'm fine, stop. I'm fine. You, on the other hand, if you get hot, you get ill. What are you? Japanese soldier?
So
Got a fly in your mic.
What?
There's a fly in your mic shield.
Away! You can't sit there.
Just looked over and there's a fly on Megan's mic shield.
Leclerc, who's in the fast lane with multiple other drivers, their speed 0 miles per hour. It's the fast lane, guys, come on.
Yeah, let's take a look at that actually via our battle screen. All going 0, which means they've completely just stopped. But they're rolling. It's a downhill pit lane, so they will show have some momentum. But they're not even on their brakes. Look at the pit lane. It's just stationary.
It's a sad sight to see.
So it's Norris ahead of Gasly, ahead of Hamilton, ahead of Russell, ahead of Ocon, ahead of Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Zoe are out on track. So Norris will go across the line to start his next lap first.
Yeah.
Zoe is just exiting pit lane now, and then Tsunoda behind, who
Look
will
at
have
this
to
mess.
get a good lap in on the elimination zone.
This is the mess.
And Hulkenberg is under yeah, that is, well, it is multi-viewer on my investigations tracker is showing it as a question mark. That's because the FIA have not said if it's noted, if it's under investigation, or
Yeah.
if it's investigated after the session. They've only said pit lane incident involving car 27, Hulkenberg failing to follow race director's instructions.
We've just got a blank dot.
That's all we've got. We'll wait to see what's happening. Here comes
That
Hamilton.
is Stroll.
Do you know, I can't remember.
Josh,
My-
that is Stroll out of the 60-kilometre zone and it's, well, 80 or whatever it is at this event.
Going slow.
80? Yeah. As in out of the zone, going like 5 miles per hour.
2 minutes to go then, and
Oh,
it's...
look at that.
What? Sorry, hang on a minute.
The track dominance.
Track dominance of Russell is incredibly high, and I think Joshua is very well.
I don't care if we have every rat, mouse, fox coming in here. That door to the box needs to be open. It's just too hot.
I haven't seen any.
No,
I
it's
think
just-
they must have moved.
It's too hot, and that door's being open. Already the cool breeze coming through.
Gasly goes 6th.
Right, here we go then, with 1 minute 18 to go. Hamilton's in the drop zone, so Stroll, Hülkenberg, Sargent and Zhou. Hamilton up towards the line and moves up into 6th, a 105.541. Hülkenberg's looking good on improvements as well. Let's see how close he can get. 81 thousandths up at the moment on his overall delta time. Russell goes 7th. Tsunoda is on an out lap. He's up at turn 3, I believe. Yeah, so he's on a lap time. And Ocon goes 7th. He splits the two Mercedes. Here comes Hülkenberg up towards the line. Hülkenberg 9th. 105.567.
He's just showing a reenactment of next
Keep
year.
an eye on Magnussen across the line now.
Here he is. K-Mag in the Haas 14th. 5th.
Hamilton.
5th.
Assist.
Just slow, mate.
There you are. Ricardo, 13th at the moment. Can he find any improvement up towards the line? Get himself safely in. He goes 8th. That pushes Gasly down to 12th. But look at Sergio Perez. He's 13th. Albon 14th. Alonso, the driver at risk. And there's faster drivers in that drop zone that might get through. One of them is Yuki Tsunoda. Up towards the line now in the RB, goes into 8th, and that pushes Alonso in the drop zone. But look at the gaps. 13,000th Albon Alonso, 24,000th Albon on Bottas as the checker flag falls here in the Spielberg race. Albon 15th goes through safely. Whoa, I say that, but he didn't improve. 105.736 improves time, not position. Next to take the line, Hamilton and Russell boxes. Leclerc's going to get out of the way for Carlos Sainz as well, and Lance Stroll. Here comes Stroll next up to the line. Hülkenberg's there too. Stroll next up. He's 18th. Does he get through and kick out Albon? No! Stroll's out by
Alonso
83,000.
won't either.
Alonso won't either. He comes up towards the line. Alonso's really struggling here at the moment as he comes up. He's 15th. Out goes Albon. But Bottas, Zhou and Sargent could still kick him out. Perez only just avoiding another Q1 failure here. I don't think we're going to see improvements from the two Saubers.
Sargent only goes.
Yeah. Perez.
I think Alonso's just safe, guys.
12th,
Go
yeah.
on.
Yeah, Perez 12th. I think you're right, JT. Alonso is safe for 15th. Bottas is 18th.
He's safe.
Yeah.
And once again, for the 11th race running, Zhou Guanyu qualifies on the back row of the grid.
Shocker.
He is 2/10 off of Sargent. The rest of the field
Look at
separated.
this,
Yeah, look at
guys.
that. Yeah, go on, JT.
Keep an eye on the V-carbs. They are equal. Well, they're not exactly equal, but they are separated. Both V-carbs, 6,000ths of a second. They are very close indeed.
That could become crucial later on in the session. I'm still surprised that Albon's out, but I'm more shocked about the fact that Zhou Guanyu once again qualifies at the back.
I'm not shocked.
Bottas out again. That is, just for reference for Zhou Guanyu, an 11th Q1 disappearance. 11.
Hey, at least we know that the Aston Martins yet again will not go into Q3 together.
See, that is the case, yeah, like we saw back in Canada as well. Bottas as well being told where it is. Can they maybe sweep turn 6, 7? It's full of gravel, even if they take 5 minutes longer. So we might have a delay because the track's full of gravel and Alonso wants them to sweep the track. Let's get a check-in as well with Kay Houston. It says, if anything, there's more than like and subscribe that will help your algorithms. Other much less entertaining channels have more subscribers. It's not right. What can we do other than like and subscribe? Share it if you like, but right now we've been gaining a bit more traction with the MotoGP stuff, but share it whatever you can. That's the thing. It's a fan sport with passionate, dedicated people, and we're even getting professional commentators to come in now. Tom Gamore's joining us for a couple of races later on in the year.
I think Sargent's been watching too much Marvel with Ocon because he's just said, "What was Albon?"
Why is Grimoire?
And, well, 11th exit, as you said, Josh, for Zogan Yu. What round are we on this year?
Round 11, believe it or not. He's only had one Q3 appearance, and that is in a sprint qualifying in China, which doesn't count to actual qualifying. Right, let's take a look then at the results from qualifying number 1. Sainz is on top from Piastri 2nd, Verstappen 3rd, Norris 4th, Magnussen 5th, Leclerc 6th, Hamilton 7th, Tsunoda 8th, Ricciardo 9th, Ocon completes the top 10, Russell's 11th, Perez is 12th, Hülkenberg is 13th, Gasly 14th, Alonso 15th, the drivers eliminated, Albon is 16th, Stroll 17th, Bottas 18th, Sargent is 19th, and Zhou takes us in to 20th position. SQ2, well, I'm saying that wrong. Qualifying 2 is coming up just in a few moments' time. So let's hand it over to Sky Sports F1 and Harry Benjamin.
Welcome back to qualifying for the Austrian Grand Prix here at the Red Bull Ring. Alex Albon out.
We did a good job with the car. It's just we don't quite have the pace.
So as Alex Albon finds his way out in the Williams, so too does his teammate.
I mean, it's such a shame, man.
And Sargent there disappointed as well.
Albon needed a quarter of a second to be 4th. I mean, 10 of the 20 runners were in the 105.5s in that session.
It really was a tight session, and that's what you get around such a short circuit. Let's join our man at Mercedes. Bradley Lord joins us throughout the weekend. Thank you for your time, as always, Bradley. Well, Lewis Hamilton, George Russell, both through, but it is fine margins, and Hamilton saying on the radio, just lacking the pace. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, as you say, super fine margins. I mean, Lewis is right there in the bunch with Leclerc, the McLarens as well within a tenth, so it looks pretty competitive. George, on the other hand, only he and Max didn't use a new tyre in that session, so that was 2 used sets for him. And again, I think, you know, overall he had a little brake lock on that second lap, but the performance is looking encouraging. So hopefully we can make a small step forward from yesterday and get ourselves a bit better track position than we have for the sprint earlier today.
Yeah, Bradley George looking quite serene again. Fernando Alonso is calling for the track to be swept, even if it delays Q2. Are you getting any feedback from your 2 drivers on that?
No, didn't hear anything at all on that. I wonder whether you know, a few more minutes will just drop the track temps a little bit more, and maybe that's you know, that's helpful from Fernando's perspective. But our 2 guys haven't mentioned anything in terms of debris.
How do you look at your plan of attack then, Bradley, for Q2 when you do get out there? We saw a lot of waiting around in yesterday's sprint qualifying. Can we expect more of that, or is it different circumstances today?
It's different circumstances today, because in the sprint you've only got 1 set of tyres you can use, whereas both our guys have got 4 sets of soft left, so more than enough tyres with what, you know, that we can throw at this session. So hopefully just able to dial themselves into the track and just build up to it and make those small tweaks to front flap and pressures that will you know, get them really comfortable with the car balance. So yeah, excited to see what's to come.
And would you hope to keep a brand new set of soft tyres for the Grand Prix?
We'll have to wait and see, won't we, Martin?
Keep your cards close to your chest, Bradley. Thank you, Bradley Lord from Mercedes. We'll catch up with you again at the end of Q2. Appreciate your time.
Green light, and away we go. And Max Verstappen wants to get going out there as well for qualifying number 2. 15 minutes, 15 cars heading out there on the circuit. Kay Houston saying as well, Tsunoda, as a Red Bull driver, deserves Perez's seat. Do you agree? I absolutely agree. I think Tsunoda, especially late last year, coming into this year, he has really come into his own as well.
He has.
Yeah. So I definitely agree that Tsunoda should be there.
When it was his rookie season, even then, he was the dominant of the rookies.
Looking at Tsunoda's record here as well, best qualifying of 7th back in 2021, best races of 10th back in Styria 2021. But Tsunoda scored points as well in that race, but it's his only points he scored at the track to date. He was 10th. He was 12th in 21 Austria race, and in 2022 finished 16th. And last year he was 19th, last of the drivers to reach the checker flag. So it wasn't a great race for Yuki Tsunoda.
He needs to redeem.
True or false for track trivia? Austria has the shortest track length on the F1 calendar. Is that true or false?
False.
The answer is false. Monaco is the shortest at 3.33 kilometres, 2.07 miles.
Yay.
Well done. It's one of, not the. The reason Monaco is only 2 miles long, and the actual race distance is like 278 kilometres, not the 306.
Do you know how I work that out? Speed.
Yeah.
Like for timings, they have speed of.
Do you know what was the shortest on the calendar though?
What?
Ever? Shakir. Yeah, that was the shortest ever lap distance on the circuit as well. I really wish they would add that to track maps.
I wish I do.
Creating the lap guide for that race was a right pain in the backside because we had to go back to F1 2010.
Oh, jeez.
I had to borrow a Xbox controller off Jade. The amount of times I rang and said, "Can I borrow your Xbox controller?" Because I couldn't find mine.
I remember that.
Yeah, I can't find mine. It's disappeared. Don't know where it is.
It's in a box with my Xbox.
No, it isn't.
What are you showing? Why is it there?
Your Xbox and your PlayStation 4 are there.
Oh, well, I thought it was in the box of the thing, so I actually do know where the Xbox controller is, I think.
Oh, we'll find it for me.
Do you know in that box on the landing? I reckon it's in there.
If it is, I'm going to put the Xbox back up because I still want to play Max Payne.
Because there's a whole load of things from my room in there.
Right. Do you know how much I want to play Max Payne?
A lot.
I love Max Payne 3. Max Payne 3 is mine. And Bloodstone, James Bond.
What's that thing you left me with the guy riding the horse? You left
Red
me-
Dead Redemption.
Yeah. Somehow I managed to get into a brawl, and I don't know how. I literally just rode a horse.
Here comes Carlos Sainz, first lap time in qualifying. It's a 1:05.745.
People in that game are so tetchy.
Timers have crashed. We're going to have a red flag here. Timers have crashed.
Again?
Did Sainz have his lap time deleted?
Maybe.
No, Science went fourth.
Right, okay. Yes, there we go. They've closed up because it should have gone faster, but didn't.
People in that game are so tetchy. All I did was...
He was always fourth, Josh.
Thank you very much, JT.
All I did was ride a horse.
I wish someone else would chat. Come on, everyone. Yeah, come on, everyone. Getting involved in the chat. Usually it's bustling.
I wish...
Mainly it's the race, Kay. The race is always quite energetic. I'm sure you know.
All I did was ride a horse and I had people riding after me.
Megan, you shot the sheriff.
I may have actually ran over someone. I'm not sure.
So
with a horse. I'm not sure, but all I did, I think I may have walked into like a gang situation. I'm not sure. I can't really remember.
Well, enough of Red Dead. Let's go back to Austria.
I wanted to stay.
This has been
Look at this. This is stupid. Haas can't get out their own garage. We've got Magnussen and Hulkenberg sort of locked in. Max is trying to... Perez is trying to do the two-step here. Hulkenberg barges his way through. Well, what's the one thing about being British that we know, A, how to do very well, but B, complain about?
Queuing.
And what are we doing right now?
Queuing.
Yep. Hello, Amy.
Josh,
Well... what have we got?
look at the race control messages. All of the maximum delta times have come in, but we've also got more information about Hulkenberg. It will be investigated after the session for failing to follow race direction instructions. We don't know what instruction, but there's one of them. And we all know that maximum delta time will be no further action. Verstappen out of turn 1, up towards the hill, DRS open through turn 2, and then up the hill towards the hardest braking point on the circuit at turn 3.
Oh, and he's already 2 tenths up, nearly 3 tenths as well. So now we're getting into the action zones of things. Leclerc 105.532. Ocon, Gasly and Sainz, they go down to 4th. Verstappen gets past Hulkenberg as he comes down towards Socha's goal at turn 4.
You venture into town once and you get immediately
Ricardo
called the
goes
village
across the line,
provider.
goes 8th. start his lap.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was just looking at the time screen, there's no delta, but there's Ricciardo. Verstappen is 5.5 tenths up on Leclerc here as well. He's on soft tyres. Last year's pole time was a 104.391. We were already below that in the sprint race yesterday. It's Max Verstappen going to obliterate that time as they come into the last corner, up towards the line. Max Verstappen, it's a 104.577. Not quite near the 391 we had last year, but we're getting close, and that's nearly a second faster than Leclerc's time.
People need to up their game.
Tsunoda, second, 105.412. Lewis Hamilton, the most pole positions of anybody in Formula One's history, goes second, 105.244.
I don't think he'll hold that title for much longer,
The way Max is going, he'll have it by the end of next year.
Yeah.
Here comes Russell, second again, 105.068. Remember though, the last 4 races we've had 4
went
different...
a bit wide at turn 10, but kept it stuck, got it rotated.
105.334 for Ricciardo, goes into P4. Here comes Piastri and Norris, 10th and 11th. Up to the line we go then for Oscar, third. What about Papa, 11th?
Huh?
Oscar, Papa, Romeo, O-P-R.
Ah,
Alonso goes into 9th. Grandpappy, Formula 1. 2001 he made his debut. Oscar Piastri was barely born. Behrman wasn't born.
I wasn't born.
You weren't born.
Behrman's 8 days younger than me.
Q2 pit lane incident involving Hülkenberg has been noted for failing to follow race direction instructions. So Hülkenberg's under investigation again. Hülkenberg, yeah.
Has that answered our question of what the Q1 was?
Yes.
For being too slow.
Yeah, must have
and causing
been.
the traffic.
Yeah, because
it's
he came out of the
happened
pit.
again.
And we saw
and
it.
It was the same car.
We saw it, didn't we? He was coming out of the pit lane wrong.
Is it the entirety of Haas's aim to manage to get on the nerves of the stewards and get penalty points?
Haas are the last people in the pit lane here as well, so it stands to reason that they've come out at an odd angle. And it's a small pit lane here in Austria as well. Oh, and Magnussen and Leclerc said exactly the same time! A 105.532, which means that both of them in the elimination zone are matched! Because Ricciardo's just gone across the line, so has Magnussen up the order as well. Ricciardo 8th, Tsunoda 9th, Hülkenberg's gone 10th. Where did Ocon go? P7, so he's knocked everybody else out.
The timing is messed up again.
Somebody hit it with a mallet.
Both Ferraris on a lap. They are both in the elimination zone, but these laps are both personal bests for them both. First to come across the line will be Sainz, which we pick up now into the final corner. Good exit of turn 10, goes across the line, currently 15th. Where does he go? He goes second, 105.016. We look back to Gasly at turn 10 and Leclerc going up towards turn 9.
Here's Gasly, and here is Gasly across the line, goes 10th, 105.359. Here comes Charles Leclerc, though, in the Ferrari, up towards the last corner. Red Bull Mobile up towards the line, and Leclerc 13th to 6th only. 105.104. I was fully expecting to say third. That's a very poor lap there from Leclerc.
It is.
Drop zone currently shows Gasly 11th, Tsunoda's 12th, Hülkenberg's 13th, Magnussen 14th, and Alonso in 15th. I continue to say, have Ferrari sacked the wrong guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know, I often understand
Russell
the mental
and
processes of those 3 little alien things in Toy Story.
Leclerc. Are you understanding it? What's the time screen?
No, just in general.
JT?
Russell Piastri separated by 2 thousandths. Norris Leclerc separated by 1 thousandth of a second. So a bit of close there. Here is one of the Aston Martin, the only Aston Martin in this session. Fernando Alonso getting a little bit wide at turn 7. Radio.
7 and 10. Yeah, I know, mate.
Oh, and let's have a look at what happened turn 10.
I think I accidentally turned that down.
Just knocked it. Megan's playing with my levers. Stop messing with my levers.
You spun me round!
Which one did you press?
That one.
Oh, right. I'm going to go back up there. Never. The 2 levers you never touch on this box mix are these.
Well, you spun me round and I couldn't reach.
I need to put, like, lockers on them. because they have to be so precise together because it controls the pitch on both sides, the left and right channels. So if you don't have those correct, it all goes wrong. So no touchy. So Verstappen 104.577 at the moment. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, Verstappen is 35 thousandths faster in the high-speed corners than Sainz. The high-speed corners, of course, being turn 6, 7, 9 and 10. So 35 thousandths faster than Sainz. 35 thousandths isn't that much,
Oh,
but
look
it's
at that.
enough.
This
Here is Sergio Perez.
Sorry, JT. This is
and-
why Hulkenberg's under investigation.
Max is not in the pit lane, not in the fast lane.
He didn't let me by.
He hasn't followed the regs, but that's his problem.
Yeah, so he's crossed the fast lane. So you're not allowed to do that. He's crossed from the pit lane to the fast lane, and that means
You're not allowed. Yeah, you're not allowed to push in the queue, are you?
And you're not-
And
yeah.
that's what he's done.
and you're not allowed to be in both the pit lane and the fast lane at the same time. Stopped. So that's why he's under investigation twice, because pit lane is involving Hulkenberg,
Yeah.
who in Q2 is also now going to be investigated after the session. Well, it's going to be a long night.
So he's done it in Q1 and Q2.
Yes, pretty much so, yeah. That's going to be fun. There's the old Bosch curve. You can just see it at the exit, where the grandstand is. I keep saying, if you want to redo the first sector at this track, do it, but just don't mess up the beautiful circuit we've got now.
What happened there?
This morning, Sebastian Montoya made contact and went into the wall hard. He's okay then. Joe, this isn't going to last much longer, this chair. It needs serious repair work. I need a new bottom on it.
You should do that next time.
The seat's fine. It's just it needs a new bottom. Can you order that?
I don't know.
Because then this will be fine for me.
It's always been a little messed up. I remember, I think, Nan complaining about it.
Well, Nana couldn't sit on it. That's why she... It was Iris being swung around in it constantly as well.
Vanessa.
Hi, Ness. When can I meet your son, by the way? He's nearly 1.5, isn't he? And I've never met him.
No, have I?
Yeah, come on.
4 of your cousins.
That means I haven't seen her. Last time I saw Vanessa was Mom's 60th. She lives in the same town as our cousin. Seriously. I can smell fish and chips.
1 minute and 35 seconds to go. Ocon has started a lap, so has Hulkenberg. But keep an eye on Piastri and Norris, and they've just come out of pit lane, going up towards turn 2 now. They're going to have to get round quickly. I think they will just do it in enough time, and Leclerc is definitely safe, because he's going up towards turn 4, so there won't be a repeat of yesterday.
Verstappen across the line with Perez 2. There's a lot of dust out there. They've been sweeping the track in between the sessions, as we know from what we've heard from Fernando Alonso, but you can see the amount of dust that's just offline as well from Esteban as he comes on towards the line. It's P9 at the moment. Is he going to improve on 9th position with a minute to go? No, stays down there. Hamilton's coming up so shortly as well.
Danny Rick was very polite on the radio just and he said, "Good braking. Next corner, please."
Hamilton's 8th. Ricciardo's in the drop zone at the moment. He's P10. Hamilton goes 3rd. 105.053. Much better time there. Just buy some sponge as well. Josh is so
Gasly goes across to start a lap time.
Let's have a look.
He's 25 thousandths down on the drop zone now, 85 thousandths as Hulkenberg goes across.
Yeah, it's P9 at the moment. There's some lag going on. If you're wondering why we're talking over each other from me and JT, there's lag from Discord. Discord's playing up. Yeah.
There's a bit of lag.
Yeah, Discord's playing up.
Wide.
Shall I rejoin?
No, we'll do it in between the sessions.
Magnussen went a bit too wide.
Yeah, and Verstappen top by half a second. 104.469. Still not quite up there. Checker flags out.
Sainz and Russell have matched.
Wow, they have.
Woo.
They've both done a 105.016 as into the pit lane comes Sainz. So, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Gasly, Tsunoda and Alonso in the drop zone. The flag's out. Alonso the first to cross the line and he is out. Neither Aston Martin going through. Can Ricciardo go through? No, he's out too. By 15 thousandths of a second. Gasly might just do it and kick out his own teammate Esteban Ocon. No! Gasly's out too. By... Well, you're not going to believe it if I tell you, 46 thousandths. Magnussen and Hülkenberg have backed out on lap times too.
We'll have a different setup.
Yeah, Magnussen has lifted. That's it. All done. Tsunoda boxes and takes the flag. Gasly's lap time's been deleted. Track limits. So that's going to put him down the order. Wow, that's a bit of a blow there, isn't it? That was an anticlimactic Q2. What? Well, once again, look, we've got Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes and McLaren inside there. All their 8 drivers. But the 2 joining this week, Haas and Alpine, with Hülkenberg and Ocon.
Woohoo!
This is Gasly's lap time deletion at Pirelli, turn 6. One off, isn't he? Oh, well, I think that's... I think he didn't know the lap was gone.
We still tried, though, bless him.
Is he going to destroy our camera? Oof, nearly.
No.
Oh, got close, though. That camera's got an air tag strapped to it so they can find it, you know.
Needed.
It's on a rope as well so they can pull it back into position. If it gets knocked down, they can pull it back into place. Sky going to a break. Let's confirm how they finish in this session. It's Verstappen fastest. Sainz is second with Russell third. Hamilton is fourth. Piastri fifth. Norris sixth. Leclerc is seventh. Perez eighth. Hülkenberg ninth. 10th for Esteban Ocon as well. Eliminated in Q2, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Gasly, Tsunoda and Alonso. Lost already in Q1, Albon, Stroll, Bottas, Sargent and Zhou. Sprint. I keep doing that, don't I? I hate these weekends. Qualifying 3 for the Austrian Grand Prix. Coming up soon. So, we're going to open up the Delta screens up here as well in the box and take a look at the whole session. JT, what did you make of that one as well?
Well, it was all right session, and then it kind of just ended with no drama at all. But a couple of match lap times, 2 times it happened, and well, at the end of the session, it was Sainz and Russell, second and third, the exact same lap time in 105.016 for Verstappen, 5.5 tenths ahead, so over half a second ahead of those two. So, well, we'll see if that happens again one more time, as you are going to get blasted by a typhoon soon.
Really? Oh, okay. Well, that'd be nice. We've got the door open to the com box as well because it is so warm. The humidity through the roof. There's a nice cool air breeze though, but the humidity is a little bit too much to count. British summers are horrible. It's a dry heat in the rest of the world. Here, it's humidity goes through the roof. Go on.
It's Smoggy, the new display jet, going up to Scarborough for their armed forces display. They've already done Cleethorpes today.
Yeah, earlier on in the day as well. Hopefully we're going to have a good session going through. Verstappen's times are ominously close as well, as we'll hand over now to Harry Benjamin and Martin Brundle for a few minutes as they go through ready for the next session.
Welcome back to qualifying for the Austrian Grand Prix.
11.
How much should we miss out by?
It's like, yeah, nothing. 10 minutes ago.
10 milliseconds. That is how much Daniel Ricciardo in the RB missed out. Slight delay until we get Q3 underway, and that is because the gravel out of turn 6 just being cleared up and hoovered away back into where it belongs. A few drivers running out wide there and bringing it back onto the track. So a little bit longer to wait until we get Q3 underway. But a few incidents in that session, particularly in the pit lane. Let's head down to Ant at the Skypad, who's got a bit more for us.
Yeah. Thanks, Harry. First of all, we're going to look at that gravel. So riding on board with Fernando Alonso, I'm just going to stop it on the exit because you can see exactly what's going on here. He's fighting the car through that corner, but you see, veers back to the left-hand side, and that's because of all this gravel. I just use that, if I can get this tool there, yeah. all the gravel there sitting on the blue curb. So the drivers are aware of it and they're avoiding it by going to the left-hand side of it. But it's compromising their line into turn 7, and maybe why he's fighting the car as well through that corner. The wind has really picked up as well, by the way, so that's another reason why the drivers might be starting to go off the track a little bit more and causing that gravel to pick up. Now, we had this traffic situation, didn't we, in the pit lane once again with Hulkenberg here. Now, what we're looking at is that white line. That's the pit lane. You have to be over that white line with your tyre, that's the important thing, which he's not at that moment. So he's sitting there waiting, and his mechanic, you'll see him just popped into view afterwards, he tells him to hold position while Norris, as Ted said, is keeping ever so tight to the Aston Martin in front of him. So his mechanic's saying no, and then once Lando goes by, he gives him the all clear. Watch his hand. Now he says yes, thumbs goes up, and then he starts to pull out, and now he is over the line. But if we go on board with Perez as he's going down, this is very tight. So you're not actually in front of him now, and then they kind of join each other together. Who gets there first? I don't want to make that call. You can decide at home or wherever you're watching, but the stewards are definitely looking into this one. I'll just run that again. Now you know what you're looking for. Here we go. Is it Perez? Is it Hulkenberg? The tyre of Perez kind of shields Hulkenberg's tyre. They kind of join at the same time. So let's see who gets away with that one. Back to you, Harry.
Yeah, not for me. It's good effort anyway, trying something different. Okay, we are through as well. Well done.
Yes! Well, looks like a fun game to play in the pit lane to see who got their tyre there first between Perez and the Haas of Hulkenberg. And you can see here the team radios there, particularly Esteban Ocon, who does make it through into the top 10 in his Alpine, along with the Haas of Nico Hulkenberg. So two chaps would be quite happy with that run.
Yeah, that was the point I was trying to make earlier on. You know, if you're further down the championship and further down the pit lane, what are you supposed to do? You can't just wait for everybody to leave all of the time. And I'd have thought Hulkenberg had been there long enough and went through the regulation process enough before Perez rocked up on the scene. But I also thought Hulkenberg was fine in the sprint race this morning, and he got a 10-second penalty after the race. But hey, that's why I never want to be a steward, because
10-second penalty and 2 penalty points to boot.
My fundamental stance is always let them race. But yeah, I mean, that's just semantics in the pit lane there, isn't it? But Hulkenberg, I think it earned his place in the queue.
I'm agreeing with Martin Brundle there as well. When I say there's more pro commentators coming, that just means that they're guests for weekends. They're not always going to be here. We've got a main team of JBMotorsports commentators who are commentators on eSport. They've done trackside commentary, so already they're pro commentators. I've got permanent passes in paddocks. Megan
sits here.
Yeah. JT's been to racetracks as well. We're all sort of permanent. We're all coming in different ways.
Fun fact, I don't think I've ever actually been to a racetrack.
Did I?
You haven't. Weird, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gosh, did I tell you about what that my trackside has upgraded with my coverage?
Oh, what? Say that again?
Headache.
Oh,
Next time I go trackside, we no longer have to worry about data because I've now got unlimited data.
Oh, yes.
Woohoo!
That's what I've got.
Congrats.
Which means I can be on for as long as you want.
Battery is
Unless
the
if
issue.
my computer decides to go bye-bye again.
Yeah, your battery is the issue.
May I suggest a power bank? One that can have 5 charges is the best one.
We literally, we need more. Though I'm a one-man band now at motorsport events. I suppose Knock Hill's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very much worried about Knock Hill because that's an awful lot of equipment to carry around a big hilly track.
Not if you only have
I mean, it's not in the middle of nowhere
phone.
or anything, Josh.
No, it's not. Just realised, did I do the entire track walk at Donington with
Yes.
a rucksack?
Yes.
I was saying, 'cause I don't think I left it anywhere.
Yes.
It's in the house.
That's impressive that I walked with that stuff on my back.
Remember Barcelona?
Barcelona was actually not that bad. All we had there
Really?
was...
You complain about it a lot. Whenever I walk.
I enjoyed it.
I know that you... Whenever I walk,
Oh,
play.
no. Russell's just pulled down part of his pit box exit. No, it's Hamilton. It's Hamilton. Pulled down a jack and a refueling rig. Looks okay to me, but that's not the best thing to start qualifying with a damaged car, is it?
For those that don't know, I'm not a fan of walking long distance.
This is why you've never been to a
Lewis
Grand Prix
Hamilton's
circuit.
radio. Stop.
Yeah, stop. Look, he's come out and he's hit it. It was still attached.
Oh my.
The air cooler and the rear jack were still attached to the car.
Are they losing their mind?
Do you know, I didn't believe all the rumours, but do you know what I'm starting to think? I am starting to think, is there something fishy going on at Mercedes? You know, there was that rumour that they were sabotaging the car. Lewis complained yesterday that his tyres were cold when he went out on the outlap. And then the TV zoomed in. The mechanics had unhooked the heating blankets already. And it's left the heating blankets on. Usually that's normal to get the tyre blankets. But we have no idea how cold they are. Lewis said that his tyres cost him about 5/10. What was the gap between him and Russell?
5/10.
Not a lot.
Jeez, are they sabotaging
And
him?
now that coming out of the pit lane. They don't do themselves any favour, Mercedes, but I've just got this feeling that something's happening that we're not expecting.
Either that or they've been putting the tyres in the fridge.
Yeah. Either that or Nico Rosberg's back. But I would never believe. What would be the point of sabotaging? But annoying Hamilton, I can understand.
Being glad he won. So there's no hard feelings.
There's something about that. I don't know. I don't like what I'm seeing down there at Mercedes. It's mistake after mistake after mistake, especially on Hamilton's side.
We're turning into Ferrari, which is coincidental since Hamilton is going to Ferrari.
Well, Piastri's got the fastest time at the moment with 1:05.048. Fastest first sector belongs to Norris. Fastest second sector to Verstappen. So once again, it's going to be a tight qualifying between these two. Red Bull and McLaren. Across the line comes Max Verstappen to 1:04.426. Slower than his time in the previous session. Lando Norris not making that mistake. It's a 1:04.787. 3/10 slower than Verstappen. What's going on out there? We were faster yesterday with a 1:03 in sprint and quali.
I feel like a lot of the teams have swapped personality.
Look at Leclerc, goes third, 1:05.044. That is, well, 2 tenths off of, Hamilton's been noted for an unsafe release. Well, that's going to be an investigation pending for him, isn't it? What's his delta time for Lewis? Up towards the line. Hamilton 10th to 5th, 1:05.113. Gap between him and Verstappen, 6/10 of a second. Watch Norris jump up to second now as he comes across the line.
In second.
No, he's 10th at the moment. So Russell, third. See what I mean?
It is suspicious.
1:04.95. He is a 10th clear of Hamilton, 10th and a half clear of Hamilton. It's close, but I don't get it.
Nor do I. I have a headache.
I'm losing the front end as the lap progresses, says Max Verstappen.
That ain't good.
No, it's not good. I guess one more as well. Something on the mind. Main losses zone for Perez is braking zone turn 3 and 4. Obviously Ocon into turn 4, so Ocon's blocked Perez at 4. And Ocon was on a slow lap beforehand as well, but they're all coming to the pit lane now.
Investigated after the end of the session, Hamilton.
There'll be a fine probably for Mercedes. Well, Lewis didn't purposely attach it to the back of his car and drive off with it, did he?
No, they told him to go.
It's Mercedes' error, so Mercedes should have a penalty there. It's not the driver's fault coming into it. Omi says if McLaren want a chance, they need to do crazy teamwork tomorrow. They really do. And Norris needs to learn to shut the door and not let Verstappen back through.
Trustful.
Yeah.
And we need the 1.8 second pit stops again.
Yeah, that we had back in last year in Qatar. So, 5 minutes to go. Verstappen top from Norris, Russell, Leclerc, Piastri, Hamilton, Sainz, Perez, Ocon and Hülkenberg having the top 10 as well. Megan?
My thing. What's it called? The
Second one.
I think that's what's giving me a headache because I haven't had water today.
Well, that's stupid.
I needed to wash the thing and I just forgot. We've been in the commentary box so much, I've had milk instead.
To be honest with you, I'm knackered. I'm looking forward to an hour's break.
This day is tiring.
Hour and a half break, actually. Lewis?
Josh.
Yes, go on, JT.
I'm looking forward to a 24-hour plus break.
It's alright, he's doing NASCAR. He'll pay. He'll pay.
Another 6 hours.
Well, if you think about it, it's not actually a break because I'm going to Ringwood, I'm recording stuff, I'm coming home, I'm editing said stuff, I'm going to sleep, I'm waking up, I'm going to mend it, I'm recording stuff, then I'm coming home, then I'm doing NASCAR, then I'm going to sleep, then I'm going to school on Monday, then I'm editing stuff on Monday after school. So it's no break.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Commentary team tomorrow for the race. Myself and Megan up in the box. Omi's down in the pits.
Do you know something you learn as you become an adult? That coffee really is the best drink you can have.
Did you have your coffee this morning?
I had tea.
That's why you're not feeling good then.
I don't have coffee on the weekends because I limit myself to just the days of the week that are like work days.
Days of the week beginning with ending with a Y.
I can't have. I have to limit myself somewhere.
Only is your Oyster card with us an hour in the month.
Unfortunately.
January, February, March, April.
It's June right now.
So you can't use it in May or June or July.
August.
You can't use it in August. September, October, November, December. That's weird, actually, think about it. Oof! What the hell were you doing there?
I heard a buzz.
It's the fastest I've ever seen Megan move, ladies and gentlemen. She shot up at that commentary chair as Hamilton gets released from the pit lane.
You should have seen me yesterday. I was able to track a mosquito with just my hearing.
I think that was at least a 1.2 seconds jump up there, Megan.
I have quick reaction times when I need to.
JT, clip that for the blooper reel.
I even avoided your shoes.
Guys, you will never guess what. How is it 2 minutes to go already?
In that type of session, we saw this in the sprint shootout yesterday. They just all sort of leave, isn't it, don't they? They don't go out and do anything. They only want a second. Hello to brother JP. Says, hey, JP. Hello. Houston says, Josh is tired. He's gone from Sunlight Walker to Dana Medna. Not a lot of sleep the last couple of nights. And I was up, I went to bed at 1:35, got up at 7:25. I was in the box at 8:25 and I hadn't stopped all day. Usually there's an hour break somewhere in the daytime. Not anymore.
You'll get that next.
Yeah. I'll be back to Murray Walker in about 2 minutes. Or about 1 minute 17, actually. Look at actually, maybe now. Look at Verstappen, that first sector, up by 56 thousandths on his own best time. Piastri starts a lap time. 1 minute to go then in this qualifying 3 session. Let's go through the order. Verstappen, Norris, Russell, Leclerc, Piastri in the top 5, Hamilton, Sainz, Perez, then it's Ocon and Hülkenberg. The real interesting bit is going to be see who comes out of those two on the 5th row of the grid. But Piastri's down the first sector. Sainz is close, might get second for Ferrari. Verstappen's up on his own time, but he's slowing that middle sector. We might actually get one of our closest qualifyings in history. In terms of close, we had the closest ever top 4 back in Canada. What are we going to get now? Here comes Max Verstappen up towards the line. Is it pole position? Yeah, it's a 1:04.314. Faster than last year's time of a 1:04.391. Who's that backed out of a lap time? Russell, he's gearing up for one. He hasn't got long left. Piastri's coming up too. Verstappen has been noted for a pit exit, driving unnecessarily slowly. That's crucial. Might give him a penalty in the race. Piastri will take P2. Cross the line for Russell. Checkered flags out. Sainz goes 4th. He got 5/10. Sainz was massively impeded in that last sector, but he didn't take the checkered flag. Sainz gets to go again. Let's have a look at Lando Norris. Down in sector 1, personal best sector 2, up towards the line. Lando P3 to P2. 104.718, and he's the first one to take the checker flag. Here comes Charles Leclerc, but he's not on my radar. Where's Perez? In the last corner, Perez comes across the line, only goes 8, and Leclerc's off the track. Leclerc's off the track massively.
Yeah, he ain't getting that.
Over the bump, out of turn 9. Leclerc will not be second. Russell's 2/10 down. Lewis Hamilton might start second on the field, though. He's improving massively. Hamilton goes 5th. 104.903. Russell's massively down.
Ocon Pitt stays 10th.
And that puts Hulkenberg 9th, so it's all down to Russell, who improves to 4th. 104.840. But Max Verstappen has been noted for driving unnecessarily slowly in the pit lane, and Piastri's lap time has been deleted.
Oh.
And that puts Lando Norris second on the grid. That might put Russell 3rd.
Someone should tell him.
So Piastri jumps to 7th. With the lap time deleted, Piastri goes 7th, Russell 3rd.
Well, mate, that was mighty. Absolutely mighty.
Leclerc's lap time deleted. Both of them.
Really strong, guys. Nice again.
Piastri loses his position.
Thank you, Martin.
Leclerc has 2 of them.
Same one, got deleted twice. He stays
Father and
6th.
son, both getting penalties.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Time deletions. I've got the moment up. Do you want to time it? Go on. 3.
Go on. So there goes, that's the replay
He went
again.
off multiple times.
Oh, he went off at exit 6. So Leclerc's, that's why the lap time's deleted twice. Turn 6 and turn 9, JT.
Yeah, I think I broke everything under the car.
And Leclerc thinks he's broken everything under the car. I think he has.
Yeah.
That might be Leclerc starting for the back of the grid tomorrow.
Probably.
And that is track limit policing safely. No sausage curbs, no nothing. Just a bit of gravel.
Brother JP saying, will you guys be around for live coverage of Portland GP qualifying race 1? As always, yes we are. It's just that the world feed is taking practice 2 because we were doing this. So, yeah, we're going to move up. So, the top 3 are Verstappen, Norris and Russell. First repeat pole sitter in 4 races. Max hadn't had pole since Miami.
By the way, my time of jumping up from hearing the buzz of the fly was 0.18.
This is Piastri, turn 6. Did he go in the gravel too? No, well, actually, that's marginal from Piastri. They might reintroduce that one. That might be automatic.
Hopefully, it is automatic.
Russell is investigated after the session for Delta time.
Oh, well, he might not get that for long.
Well, this is going to be an interesting little session, isn't it, post? What are we actually going to have?
The amount Max and Lando talk now, just because they seem to always be up there. At least he's got a friend up there.
Thoughts for tomorrow? Depending on how this goes, if Max gets a penalty?
I'm going to hope for Norris victory.
It's an even match down to turn 1, isn't it, as well? What about you, JT? What are you thinking? 2 seconds, we'll hope. Well, we're going to let Megan go now as well.
Bye-bye.
But we're going to hear from Jolyon Palmer, who's going to cover our post-qualifying interviews, and then we'll hear from JT as well.
With former Formula 1 driver Jolyon Palmer.
Max Verstappen, pole position. I have to say, you were in a league of your own today. How was it?
Yeah, the qualifying went really well. You know, we tried to adjust the car a little bit after the things that we learned, you know, this morning. I think it worked well. Of course, the track is a bit warmer than yesterday, so it made it all a bit trickier to drive. But yeah, the car felt a lot better for me today. I could really attack the corners a bit more, and yeah, it was just every run was just on point, and it was very enjoyable out there.
We've come off the run of poles being decided by 0.00 for George on you. Also a couple of hundreds, even yesterday 900s. But with the setup changes, you're feeling the confidence, and you've just flattened everyone by tenths around a short circuit.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a while that we actually, you know, been on pole, so it's great. It's a great feeling. The team has been working really hard, you know, to try and make the car more competitive, and I think this is a great statement, and hopefully we can, of course, also show that tomorrow in the race.
But we did see a good fight in the race earlier on in the sprint. You've got still one McLaren starting alongside you. You know how to race Lando now. Any thoughts about that before the Grand Prix?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's always nice to race. Hopefully, it will be a tight battle again tomorrow, but we'll see tomorrow. You know, I'm not thinking about that too much. I'm just very happy with how the car was performing today, and hopefully, it will translate also in race pace.
All right, tremendous job. Well done, Max.
Thank you.
No, I mean, good quality. I think as much as we could do today, Max was, like you said, a league of his own. Clearly much quicker than what we had, so I'm happy. Tricky conditions, felt a bit more difficult than it was yesterday, a lot closer, so more difficult to get the laps in and to kind of perfect the laps, but was good enough, and I'll take it.
And in terms of the race, you've had a dress rehearsal now. Started second, Max was on pole. You had a lovely fight earlier on. Are you thinking in a longer race, the Grand Prix distance, it might help a little bit?
I mean, it's tough. When you look at the pace today, it's clear that we're going to have to give it a lot. We're going to need something extra to kind of go our way in order to beat the pace of Max and the Red Bull. So I'll try. I'll do a better job than I did this morning, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm excited. I look forward to it, and it's a long race. Many things can happen, and normally we're better in the races than we are in qualifying. So let's see.
All right, well done, Lando.
Cheers.
Hopefully you can give us a great race.
Thank you.
George Russell back in the top three. Mercedes back in the top three for the third Saturday qualifying in a row. You've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. The car's feeling really great at the moment. Obviously, the team have worked so hard bringing these upgrades, and it feels like we've got a real fight on our hands, especially with Ferrari. I think we're still a little bit behind McLaren, and Max and Red Bull were flying today, but it's definitely going in the right direction for us.
It didn't look like the easiest sprint for you and the team. You were not far away from the Ferraris, but missing a little bit compared to the top two. You seem more competitive in this session. Did you change much on the car?
Yeah, we definitely changed a few things. We changed the wing level, which helped a little bit. I think that helped the tyre deck for tomorrow, so happy to be in P3, because I think we compromised qualifying a little bit to help the race tomorrow. But the fact is McLaren still have that edge on us. But as I said, 3 races in a row for us that we're in the top 3 with Lewis and I, and that feels really great.
What's the thoughts tomorrow? Dreaming of the top step or elbows out to keep the podium?
I mean, these two were pretty dicey in the sprint race, so I think I'll sit back, watch them do their thing, and hopefully just sneak through on the inside. But realistically, they've got the pace on us. Our race is probably going to be behind us, unfortunately, and it's important that we don't compromise our race too much battling with these guys. But let's see.
Make sure you watch it back, because Oscar showed exactly how it could be done when they're fighting. Good luck tomorrow, George.
Cheers.
Oscar Piastri's run off. This is it from the top angle, and as we look at it, it was all 4 wheels off the track. It looked marginal when we looked at it on the side angle, but not now as well. So very clear track limits, guys, coming on as well. Here's the results then. It's Verstappen from Norris, Russell, Sainz, Hamilton, Leclerc, Piastri, Perez, Hülkenberg, and Ocon. That's your top 10. Investigations are pending though. Then it's Ricciardo, Magnussen, Gasly, Tsunoda, Alonso, Albon, Stroll, Bottas, Sargent, Zhou. JT, go on. As Jason Oppenheim presents the trophy. What do you make of it, JT?
Yeah. It was a good qualifying, and just having a look at the qualifying head-to-heads in Red Bull, it's Verstappen 11-0. Same with Albon, Sargent. Bottas, Zhou is 11-0. Just where is the Zhou one? And that is the 11-0, of course.
Yep.
But yeah, a couple of there. Alonso 7-4 to Stroll. But yeah, just interesting having a look at that. But overall, a good qualifying session here. And we will see what happens over there tomorrow at the main race. All of the Q1 and Q2 maximum delta times have been no further action, so that is, let's have a look, Magnussen, Hamilton, Tsunoda, Magnussen again, Ricardo, Perez, Sargent, Ocon, and just come through literally 2 seconds ago, Russell, no further action. So all of the maximum delta times are no further actions. The only ones that will be investigated after this session is what happened in the pit lane with Hulkenberg.
Fantastic. Thank you, JT. Thanks to Megan as well. We'll be back then with qualifying from Formula E in around about an hour and 10 minutes time. Thanks for your company. We'll see you again shortly. Take care. Bye-bye.